It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. This is episode 118. I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my co-host. You know her, you love her, Noelle Winters Herzog.
Hi, Tracey.
Hi, Noelle. We're here to talk about 90 Day Fiance. Happily ever after.
I don't feel happily.
No, it's a question mark.
I'm tired. I don't need to see Brandon and Julia again. I just said goodbye to them.
I know.
We just said goodbye.
I know. I felt like I was really getting rid of a lot of these people, and then here they are.
Yeah, I agree.
Season 6, episode 1.
Who know?
Okay. There's a lot of ridiculous things going on here.
Yeah, this is I'm starting to think like some of this has to be a farce, right? It just has to be. It just has to be.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
If you guys want to talk about the podcast, you can come over to our Facebook group, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk Podcast on Facebook, because we have a lot of researchers in there.
Okay, there are a lot of researchers.
And if you have a theory, if you have a question, there is someone that knows the answer. It might not be me or you, but someone
Probably
has done
not.
a deep dive either on Reddit, has either gone to someone's house and like interviewed them personally.
It's true.
Mike and Natalie's wedding.
Yeah.
Apparently there was a wedding they filmed. Or maybe maybe they did it twice. Like something is fishy.
Really?
There are pictures of her at the wedding wearing a necklace. Then there are pictures of her at the wedding not wearing a necklace.
Oh.
Then there are pictures of her with her hair half up. Then there's pictures of her with her hair like combed out like a Barbie doll.
Yeah.
So just saying, there's a lot of different theories. I'm not sure what's true. Also, as always, like if you guys really want to know the dirt, you could always go to John Yates on Twitter, and he has a YouTube channel, and he usually gets the interviews from the actual cast members.
Yeah, they love him.
Some of them do.
Yeah, some of them do. I don't know how you're friends with me. I'm looking at my face right now in the Zoom.
It's not great.
It's not great.
But here's the thing, like I'm not friends with you because obviously I'm not friends with you for your looks. So.
Clearly.
It's really for your sparkling personality.
Question mark.
Question mark. Also, before we get totally into Happily Ever After season 6, episode 1, I want to let you guys know that the Patreon is rip roaring.
The Patreon is golden. It's where it is.
Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. For over 200 bonus episodes, we do a podcast called BS where Noelle and I, guess what we do?
I think we BS.
That is correct. There's 90 Day Fiance self-quarantine trash talk. There's unexpected trash talk, 16 and pregnant trash. Like, what isn't there?
It's just all of the trash talk.
If you join at the super duper trash talker level, you get introduced into the secret group only for top tier patrons. You get a free sticker or magnet. Like there's a lot of stuff going on. Just go over there, join it. It's worth it. It's worth every single penny. It's going to change your life.
It's going to change your life so much. You're going to be like, how did I live without this?
How did I? Sorry. Okay.
Was you just Leanne Rhymes just now?
I was.
Okay.
I was Leanne. Noelle, we're going to start off with my favorite couple, not of the series, not of the season, of the entire franchise.
This is your Angela and Michael are your favorite couple of the franchise?
Who's yours?
Not Angela and Michael.
And I'm not saying favorite like I like them.
Really?
This is like a train wreck.
Oh, yeah. I mean, listen, it's not great to watch. I don't know who mine is. I have to think about it.
I'll give you a little time to think.
I really do like watching Libby and Andre. I'll tell you.
I
love watching them. But Andre reminds me so much of Matt, his mannerisms.
Oh, wow.
It makes me laugh.
What a lucky
what
girl
a prize.
you are.
It's that Eastern European.
Yeah, Eastern Long Island.
That's what it is.
Jeezy crazy, Noelle. Let's start off with Angela and Michael. Angela steps on the scale.
Yeah.
So we know that everything is going to be about her weight now.
Yes. Which I don't know why we have to concentrate on this, but okay.
So she lives with Skyla, her daughter Skyla, and her 6 grandkids.
That sounds like a nightmare.
Well, she said that she hung up her vagina after becoming a Mima.
Okay, that's good. I hung up my vagina after, getting
High
married.
school. She then met Michael.
Right.
And she took it out of the closet.
It's good. I'm glad she could just stick it back on whenever she wants.
It's like that song. Who sang that song?
Detachable
Penis?
dick. Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry,
Oh,
Noelle.
sorry. Whoops.
Detachable
Boo.
penis. And it was a story about how a guy went to a party and took his penis off and put it in the bathroom and then forgot it.
What's funny is like, what the song was about. I just knew there was a song called Detachable Penis.
Apparently you didn't. You thought it was very vulgar.
Yeah, I thought it was Detachable DICK.
Oh my
That's like DICK in a box.
Oh, well, that's a great SNL sketch.
Mm-hmm. Very funny.
All right. So we find out Angela's mom died a week after her wedding in Nigeria.
Yeah, I didn't realize it was that soon.
She like really just made it in the nick of time. She hasn't seen Michael in 7 months because of the COVID.
Yeah, hell yeah. There's no way she could have gone there. Mm-hmm.
Not after the COVID.
Right, the COVID. I know. Everybody says the COVID, but then it's like, we put the in front of things too, though.
Yeah, I guess. So she's going to get weight loss surgery because this is a quote. Mima is getting fatter for unknown reasons.
Okay. Listen, I'm getting fatter for known reasons.
That was actually very funny to me. Now she explains to the kids what a gastric sleeve surgery is.
Way to give kids
like,
nightmares.
Gather around, my 6 grandchildren, all under the age of 5. Who wants to hear the gruesome story?
You'd be like, me, Mima. I want to hear it.
Do you have pictures? Is there a video?
Can you draw it?
Is there a video of said surgery?
That's so. I just wrote. She says gross things.
Yeah, she explains step by step. She's like, then they're gonna go in. I think it's laparoscopically, and they're gonna go in and they're gonna take my stomach, and they're gonna rip it out by its stomach neck.
I think that was a quote, actually.
And then Mima could only eat 1/2 of a tasty cake all day long.
I would just die on that diet.
How was my Southern accent?
That was pretty good. You're getting better at it.
Thank you so much. So now, Noelle.
Yeah.
I could have sworn these were your grandchildren.
They were sweet shaming her.
Okay. So now you have 6 grandchildren in front of the camera and they're like, tell us everything that grandma eats.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, all right, well, grandma eats Hershey Kisses for breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Same.
She sticks the wrappers in her belly button.
I was going to say I warm them on my stomach. In the folds of my stomach, I warm them.
Grandma
Delicious.
eats candy and she eats cupcakes and she eats regular cake. Oh, and then someone was like, she eats whole birthday cakes.
I know. It's like, well, I don't think I eat whole birthday cakes.
They're like, she goes to BJ, she gets an entire sheet cake.
I
eats it in the parking
love
lot.
the chocolate sheet cakes at BJ's.
I do. You know what this reminded me of though?
What?
I used to love to watch The Biggest Loser.
Oh, I never watched that.
It was, I mean, looking back, it's like super, super bad.
Yeah.
But I used to love it. And they would introduce the contestants
Mm-hmm.
and they would be like, this is Joe. He's 600 pounds. And then Joe's going through the drive-thru always, right?
Okay.
They're like filming him going through the drive-thru. He's like, I'll have 28 number 7s. And then they always have like an entire like ice cream cake that they're just like downing in the car. It's always in the car.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, oh my God.
There's a lot of eating in cars on these shows. Yes.
A lot of eating.
Mhm.
So when she said grandma eats birthday cakes, I just see her. But also she did say, you remember when Michael bought her a grocery store cake?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I remember.
Of course you do. Because you were like, yum.
Yeah. Yum. I want that kind of gift.
They're like, she also eats ice cream. She eats fried foods. She likes mozzarella sticks. Like I was like, these are Noelle's grandchildren.
Tracey, I got my first vaccine the other day, and afterwards Matt's like, okay, where do you want to go? What kind of sweet treat do you want? You got to treat yourself. You just had it. And it's like, oh my God, everybody in my life does this to me.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
This is a thing.
Yes.
Yeah. I had to go get a Claire's.
Chocolate eclairs.
It was very good.
Okay, well, I'm telling you, these kids are talking, and I'm like, are you sure you're not talking about Mima Noelle?
Yeah, it's so funny. They're like ice cream and cake to the ice cream and cake. Yeah.
chicken wing, hot dog and bologna, chicken and macaroni.
I like everything in that song.
So now, she also lets us know that she does want to be a sexy Mima.
Okay. I mean, I kind of got that idea. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So she's in the confessional with the hair the color of straw.
Yes, and the texture as well. Very hay-like.
It looks like it was cut with a scythe.
Yes, the Grim Reaper came by and just cut her
willy-nilly and gave her one layer in the front. And you know, she really took the time out to draw on her eyebrows crooked with a lead pencil.
Tracey, I looked at her eyebrows and I'm like, am I on drugs? Like,
Yes.
What's happening here?
It's like you know what it looks like? It looks like she didn't have any eyebrow pencil, so she took some cigarette ash.
Right. She took some charcoal out of the grill.
She stuck her hand in the ashtray. She stuck her finger and she just swooped it across.
Yeah, it looks like she drew like a circle and then a streak.
Yes.
Yeah.
She streaked it across. So now she's going to be flying to California in the morning. And then she also says that her skin is going to start to change. So she is going to be starting to age at this point.
Right. Okay. Now. Okay.
Yeah,
She's never aged before.
Never before.
Okay.
It's just kind of now.
It's now starting to happen. Okay.
She's going to be getting older.
Okay.
Okay. I lost some of my notes. Where did I take these?
It brings us to Michael.
Yeah, I don't know. Where did I put? Oh my God. Do you know that I have 2 pages of Michael and Angela separately?
Yeah, it's all Michael and Angela though.
No,
like,
but I did Michael and Angela, and then I did another page of Michael and Angela.
because they showed them separate too. That's probably why. It went from Angela to Michael to Angela.
Okay, so let's go back. All right. So we see Michael holding his niece.
Yes.
And they're gonna like pretend that it's his like love baby.
Yeah, because it's like he's suddenly holding his kid and he's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong?"
And then they add fart noises.
I've never heard a baby fart that loudly.
No, I'm sure they definitely do. I don't
know. My dog farts that loudly.
But I think that they did add this.
Do they?
This noise.
Yeah.
Of course. Oh my God. Yeah. Big time. So his sisters said that they're expecting him to have a baby.
Yes. I can't believe we're still playing this game.
No, we're still playing the game all the way. Also, why are we showing this baby's poop everywhere?
But that's what I mean. Why are you holding the baby while they change it?
Because all they have is like rocks on the floor.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Get a rock-proof blanket or something.
A changing rock.
Yeah. Yes.
So then he explains about why he was in love with Angela, and the answer is her boobs.
I mean, this man, he keeps telling us, reminding us that he is a boob man. He's a boob man. He is a boob man. Mm-hmm.
I'm
good to know.
I'm going to pass on that subject.
Yeah. It's like, okay, first of all, you've told us this enough times where it just makes me feel very uncomfortable. I don't need to hear it anymore.
I know. So now they've been married for 7 months, and he said that they have to hurry up and have a baby because, quote unquote, time is not on our side. Now, here's what I want to tell you, Noelle.
Tell me.
Angela is just as fertile today,
yes,
as she will be in 15 years.
I got to agree with you on this.
So I think that at this point, you have all the time you want.
But it's this makes me feel sad for him because he truly believes she's going to have a baby for him.
Yeah. But like, how do you think she's going to have a baby? Do you think that the cyst they found on her ovary,
I think he just believes her,
is going to turn into a baby?
I guess. Or maybe they want to do like in vitro or whatever. But
Noelle.
I don't listen. I am not Michael. I am well aware this isn't real, but I feel bad for him because like she hosed him. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Now,
Aunt Lydia's back.
I thought she hated Angela.
She does hate Angela.
Okay. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like what she said was truth. It wasn't so much like Angela hate,
All right. Well, his aunt doesn't think that she should get this surgery because it's not appropriate for a woman of her age. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
What surgery do they think she's getting?
Honestly, they probably think she's getting like a boob job or something.
Yes, that's what I'm
Mhm.
saying. They think she's getting like a mommy lift.
Yes.
They think she's getting like liposuction, a tummy tuck, a boob lift, which maybe she will be getting eventually
Sure.
after weight loss. But right now she's just getting the gastric
But maybe
sleeve.
he's also not understanding.
That's what I'm
it
saying,
is.
like-
yeah.
So she said it's
Mhm.
not appropriate for a woman her age. But also, so having, let's say she is having all of these surgeries that they
Sure.
don't think is appropriate. So that's not appropriate, but having a baby at her age
I
is?
know. I know. It's a double-edged sword.
So she's going to be getting the surgery in California. And Lydia said,
Mhm.
why don't you save the money to have a baby instead of pay for your surgery?
But how does Lydia, as a woman, still think this is going to
Okay,
happen?
so that's the thing. Michael is a 32-year-old man.
yes.
Fine.
Uh-huh.
You don't know how babies are
I
made,
get it.
really.
Right.
You don't know how women's bodies work. Lydia, you're probably around the same age as Angela.
It's almost like I think Lydia wants him to go there and for them to like try for the baby.
Yes, like as a joke.
yes, like she wants them to fail.
It's very similar to me encouraging you to enroll in kindergarten
Yes. Uh-huh. Exactly.
and just like really pushing the subject just to see if you'll try.
And just to see me fail at it.
Yeah. Just to see you go and be like, hello, I would like to enroll. And then everyone laughs and laughs and laughs.
Oh man.
So anyway, she definitely thinks she's just getting lipo.
Yes.
And she also wants them to divorce.
Yeah, I mean, but also she didn't want them to get married.
Right. But he said that he will divorce her if she can't have a kid.
He tried to pull that on the last tell-all and she was not having that.
Mhm.
And he keeps saying that, but it's like, you're not allowed to divorce her.
Yeah, you're not allowed.
You're not allowed. Mm-mm.
Okay, so now she's going to be going for the surgery.
Right.
She
Mhm.
flies to the to the California
She flies to the Beverly Hills. Uh-huh.
because where else would you get that? Also, I would like to say this: her insurance is covering this operation.
I mean, it's got to be, right?
No, it is. Insurance covers gastric bypass.
But
A
you
lot of
could say,
insurance.
I want to do this in California, and they'll be like, okay.
I don't know.
You know, like if say I were to get it,
Interesting.
if I could be like, I want to get it in Seattle, they would be like, sure, you know, or maybe just because she's in Georgia and there's no doctors around her that
She's
really
like, you
do
can't
it.
get this in Hazelmat. And it's
I mean,
like,
listen, I'd rather get in Beverly Hills than in.
no, I mean for sure. I don't
Hazel.
know. But even so,
Mhm.
I mean, she
Sure,
can pay for it.
sure.
So he thinks that she's gonna leave him
Mm-hmm.
when she loses some weight. Now,
So let's keep my wife unhealthy and
Yes.
upset
so she doesn't leave.
so
me.
she doesn't leave me. That's
Perfect.
terrible.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Now, Skyla is very worried about this. She's
Okay,
like,
but-
Mama didn't quit smoking.
Quick question here.
Yeah.
Are there garbage bags over their living room windows?
Yeah. Why not? No.
I
Okay.
swear there's garbage bag and
Yeah,
duct
but
tape.
do you not think that's okay?
I just like, why? Because the rest of the house has light. Like, why is the living room covered? I don't know what happened.
Probably
Okay.
because they had a film in there, and they're like, "Can you put up curtains?" And they're like, "Yeah, sure. Hold on one second."
To hide the filth. Mhm.
So now she is smoking. She gets off the plane.
Yes.
She is
Mhm.
smoking in her Cher uniform.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is a Halloween costume that you get in a bag,
yes. Uh-huh.
and it says hippie,
Mm-hmm.
but it's really Cher.
Like it comes with peace sign necklace.
Yes. It comes with headbands.
Uh-huh. Yes.
It comes with small round glasses.
It's from her I Got You Babe era.
This is a plus size Cher outfit.
Yes.
And she's smoking a stogue
Mm-hmm.
at the gate.
But
Basically.
shouldn't you have quit smoking? Like, I know that you can't smoke before surgery, but shouldn't it be like well before?
Yeah, but she's been smoking for 40 years, so it's different. Also,
Okay.
this is the mask that she was wearing in last year's tell-all
Uh-huh.
when she said that she couldn't take it off because she had some kind of surgical procedure. Now, what?
I mean, I think she also got her teeth done because they
Okay.
look different. I think she got like veneers or something. They do. They
But
look
she still
very
has
nice
missing
now.
teeth.
She has one missing on the side, but I feel like she did almost like what's Rebecca's man's name? I
Oh,
forget.
Zayed?
I think she got what Zayed got, like
Like a
over the
clip-on?
front, something. Because her teeth look nice in the front now. They just
Okay.
do. Yeah. She's got a shard on the side. I don't know. I'm confused by it.
So now she's yelling in the Uber with no mask on.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yelling and screaming and laughing. The Georgia holler.
And this poor Uber driver is like, well, I am not long for this world.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye forever. So now the surgery is 2 days away. So she calls Natasha, the surgical coordinator.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, did you stop smoking? And she's like, yeah, of course. Why? What would happen if I didn't? She's like, oh, you just die immediately. And she's like, okay, yeah, no, I stopped smoking.
Your incisions won't close. That's terrifying.
That's real too.
That's terrifying.
And she's like, also, so I think you have to be on a liquid diet like at least 2 weeks before the surgery.
Yeah, you do.
It's 2 days before the surgery. And she said that she got really hungry. So she just ate some eggs, ... and some grits, ... and some sausage.
I'm like, is this woman kidding me? Okay, I'm glad that I'm not wrong because I was thinking the same thing. Like, I thought you had to be on a liquid diet for longer. Okay, I don't know. Listen, I don't know.
Well,
yeah, I just don't see this going great in her favor, you know?
Well, she said that she explains to Michael she was not going to leave him because they fit together.
Yeah.
And let's just move on.
Yeah.
And then
like gloves.
Then she says that later they're going to have some phone sex, and then she hack coughs into the phone.
Yeah. And it's, excuse me. It's like, maybe that should be your sign to quit smoking.
And then she explains that she is 273 pounds and that she needs to get this done. And then also she does not drink water. Come on, you know that.
But I love that she's like, you're my husband. You know I don't drink water. It's like, but you don't drink any water?
Like what? What are you drinking?
What are you surviving
Sludge?
on? Mud? Like, what are you surviving on? I was just going to say cigarette juice.
I'm really worried about her. She needs to quit smoking. And I do understand she's been smoking for 40 years. It cannot be.
Mm-hmm.
But I recently came across Lucy Nicotine is a company founded by Caltech scientists and former smokers looking for a better and cleaner nicotine alternative. Finally, tobacco alternatives that don't suck.
Awesome.
This is researched and developed for 3 years to be made for people, not for patients. This is for real people. Lucy's created nicotine gum with 4 milligrams of nicotine that comes in 3 flavors: wintergreen, cinnamon, and pomegranate.
Pomegranate sounds delicious.
Lucy also has a lozenge with 4 milligrams of nicotine in a cherry ice flavor. And they actually taste really good. It's convenient and discreet. And the products can be enjoyed anywhere, on flights, at work, on the go, or even at the gym. Delish. Noelle,
Tracey.
Angela has to quit smoking. Like, she has to quit smoking. It makes me nervous.
Tracey. And also, I think that she'll like the flavors.
She needs to quit smoking. Like,
I know she does.
Like right now. Noelle, you quit smoking.
I did quit smoking.
If you had Lucy when you were trying to quit smoking, it would have been so much easier.
I wish that I had a fun an alternative to help me quit smoking because it was very hard.
I know. Well, it's 2021, so you can get rid of your cigarettes, unplug your vape, throw away your dip, and get some Lucy nicotine gum or lozenges. This is the real deal. A subscription to Lucy comes directly to your door each month, and it's so simple. You don't have to leave your house because Lucy has delivery down. 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk listeners, go to lucy.co and use promo code 90dayfiance to get 20% off all products on your first order, including gum or lozenges. That's lucy.co and use promo code 90dayfiance at checkout. Also, I have to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains nicotine derived from tobacco. Nicotine is an addictive chemical. Go to lucy.co and be sure to use that promo code 90dayfiance.
Awesome.
Speaking of breaking habits, let's talk about Natalie and Mike.
You're very good.
What is happening with them? Are they on drugs? Like actual drugs?
Yes, because
they're ecstasy.
There are things here. No, I don't think. I think they're a far cry from ecstatic.
They're embracing on the pier. She went to go meet him at his pier job.
Yes. I guess in Seattle.
He's pulling the salmon in.
Yum. Here's the thing. These two don't like each other.
But they're very lovey-dovey.
They're very hot and cold. That's the thing.
Well, he calls her Miss America, which is hilarious.
That was cute. Yeah, that was cute.
So it turns out he proposed in Paris, and they're both acting odd. They're acting very corny.
Yes.
And in the confessional, they asked Mike, so what happened when you canceled the wedding? And he's like, nope, just kidding. I'm not talking about that.
He goes, that's
fine.
for me. It's like, that's for me?
That's a private thought in my head. So they go to Seattle for like, I don't know, a fake honeymoon.
An overnight honeymoon, right?
What's with Seattle? Is this the furthest we can go?
It's the only thing there. It's like mountain, woods, Seattle.
Well, Natalie says someone's screaming in the woods all the time. He's like, yeah, baby, that's the wilderness.
She's like, I'm afraid they're going to come get me. He's like, well, have they gotten you yet?
Yeah, actually, they have gotten you.
Yes, they've gotten me. You see how erratic I'm acting?
He's not wearing his wedding ring because he doesn't have one, but she got this beautiful wedding band for $3.
Good for her.
He wants to get him one, and he said that he can't wear it for work. Boom. Here is where we should have an advertiser right here. Those
What?
silicone wedding bands.
Oh, you're right. But also, what does he do for a living? Isn't he wears a Bluetooth. What do you do that you can't wear a ring?
Your headset.
Right.
You can't wear your wedding ring.
That's what I don't understand. Right. You can wear something on your ear, but you can't wear a ring.
Maybe
Okay.
he's placing salmon orders on the phone.
Yum.
At the pier. He's like, all right, guys, we need 10 more in here. Pull the boat in. He's a salmoner.
Oh, a salmonier.
So she brings him to a crystal store.
I like the
Stargazers.
store.
I also like this store, but also this is not where I would buy my wedding ring.
But right. I feel like she looked this up on the internet, and this is where she was like, I'm gonna go buy my wedding ring here.
Yes, because she's very weird. So the lady at the lady at Stargazer says, what kind of energy do you need for your wedding ring?
I need energy for us to like each other.
I would have been like, I don't know, gold,
right.
gold, that solid gold energy.
Right. I need energy for him to like me.
Solid gold and diamond energy.
I like that energy.
He said, okay, so now here's the thing. This is really funny because Natalie is so quote unquote religious and Christian. And now all of a sudden,
the opposite of the story you should be in.
Right. Because isn't it sacrilegious?
Yes.
Okay. So
it'd be like getting your tarot cards read.
Exactly. Which is, a lot of people don't realize that if you're going by, the Christian church, the Catholic church, whatever, that is super sacrilegious. You're not even supposed to celebrate Halloween.
Right. Exactly. Because it's like a pagan holiday.
Right. So she's like, I also believe in energy. And I also believe in, okay, great. So you're convenient.
So you're not religious.
Okay. And she's like, right. And he goes, well, I believe in aliens. We are all made of space dust. What?
Yes, we know because they always zoom in on your Ancient Aliens DVD collection when we go to your house. They did it like 3 times already.
Well, this guy.
Do you think that he's a normal person?
No, I don't. I
don't think he's a happy person either.
No, he's a misery.
Yeah, he is. He's just, listen, I get it. Aliens cool, but like.
So now she suggests, the lady at the store suggests, or actually I think Natalie Natasha suggests some pheromones and Mike starts purring like a cat.
He wants sexual healing.
Gross. Okay. So now they get a hematite ring, which also sounds like some kind of blood clot.
Yeah, I was going to say it sounds like hematosis.
So they get a hemochromatosis ring and
halitosis ring.
The funny thing is, I think I have this ring.
So I think I do too. I'm not even kidding.
Do.
I know I have a bracelet of it.
I bought it at this store on 14th Street. I just have to find it, but it's in my house somewhere.
I have the bracelet. I bought it because like I always have a stomach ache. So I'm like, maybe it'll cure my stomach. It didn't work.
Great. Now you have hematite and a stomach ache.
Seriously. Hematosis, hematite.
Right? Did you call the doctor and he's like,
I called the hematologist.
You're like, this ring isn't working. What do I do? And he's like, well, where did you buy it? And you were like, Stargazers. And he's like, well, there's the problem right there. That's not a hematite retailer. That's not a registered hematite retailer. So now she's doing something that is making me so nervous. She is forcing a ring that does not fit him on his finger.
Tracy, do you remember when I got my wedding band stuck on at your house?
Did I get it off or did I not?
I was very upset by this.
Listen, was I going to let you lose your finger?
No, but I feel like ever since hearing about Gabrielle having to get something cut off of her finger, I'll never forget it.
If you guys want to hear
sweating, by the way, now.
If you guys want to hear that story, subscribe to Patreon. I'm sure it's on there.
Yeah, it is.
So she's forcing this ring on him, Why are they acting so in love? I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think it's just like, again, a farce for the camera, or maybe they want to believe it, or maybe they are on drugs. I don't know.
I like that it wasn't maybe they are in love. It was
No,
maybe they are on drugs.
maybe they are on drugs.
And then they find, oh, Noelle, imagine this. Imagine this.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go somewhere else. You don't want to be on in the wood where the screaming people are. So you're like, can we take a trip? And he's like, yes, we can. We can go to my mom's house in Oklahoma for Thanksgiving for our honeymoon.
This is what I do to Matt every year on his vacation. I'm like, let's go to Kentucky.
Noelle, I thought of you so much. I'm like, this marriage is not going to last. And I thought of it for Natalie and Mike and also you and Matt. Because like, how is this vacation?
It's so true though. Especially like you're all the way in Seattle. You're going to go to Oklahoma. Why don't you just go to like California? You're so close. Because
he's going to go see whatever her name. What's her name? Trish. He's going to go see Trish and her bangs.
Trish. I also would not want to see Trish after that tell-all.
She's like, I'm very nervous to meet her. What?
You already met her and her boa.
Imagine you asked to go somewhere and he's like, yes, Oklahoma at my mom's house Thanksgiving.
You know what though? My mom, her in-laws lived in Oklahoma and that's where they spent every holiday.
All right. Well, your mom's very happy in her marriage. So
yes.
I personally would never be able to handle it. I would need to go to counseling, and I use BetterHelp Online Counseling. Noelle uses BetterHelp Online Counseling. We absolutely love it. I'll tell you this. Natalie could benefit from BetterHelp Online Counseling because she can use it anywhere. She could use it in the wood. She could use it in Seattle in the hotel that they stay over, or she can use it in Oklahoma.
And she doesn't have to sit in traffic to get anywhere.
It's so convenient. It's so affordable. You could talk about your relationship issues. You could talk about family conflicts. You could talk about how worried you are about the fish's ears.
And very much about upsetting the fishes. Yes.
You could talk about your energy.
Your hematosis.
You could talk about medical problems, anything you want. You can literally talk about with your therapist because anything you share is confidential. It's convenient and affordable. You can use video chat. You can use text. You could do a phone call, whatever you're comfortable. So many people are using BetterHelp that they're recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. That means Washington, Oklahoma, California, Kentucky, New York City. As a listener, you'll get 10% off your first month by visiting betterhelp.com/fiance. Join over 1 million people taking charge of their mental health. Again, that's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance. Don't forget it. Make sure you use it. I got to tell you, I know you like Elizabeth and Andre.
Yeah.
I do not.
Here's the thing. Andre makes me laugh. He just does. I think he is hilarious. I don't think he's self-aware at all.
He's not.
Her family, though, pisses me off. I don't like watching her family. I would like it if it was just them two.
Yeah. I mean, I could do without them. So the opening of their little segment is like an HBO show.
Why?
I don't know. It's like the way it's filmed. It's very weird.
Interesting.
And they like zoom out to her like doing a photo shoot with him on the lawn.
Yeah, it's lame.
Very lame. So now he got his real estate license. Why are they acting like he graduated from Harvard?
Because he doesn't do anything.
But like, you got your real estate license?
I don't know. Listen, the guy doesn't do anything. He's a stay-at-home dad, I guess. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he was stay-at-home dad and nobody wanted him to be.
Well, I'd like to correct you because he was a homestay dad. And
now that's right.
And now he wants to flip houses. So Libby's
but
doing
this guy, he jumps ahead a lot. Have you noticed?
You think?
That's why he makes me laugh.
So yeah, because he's, again, you're right. He's not self-aware. He's not smart.
No. And that's why it's like, look at this dumbbell.
Yep. So now Libby's doing this photo shoot on her sister's lawn.
Yes. Which doesn't look like a very good photo shoot either.
No. Well, he said that he loved being a stay-at-home dad.
But you know what? I like that he says, do I look like a used car salesman? That was very funny.
She said that they were very scared having a baby. And he said, no, they weren't.
Oh, okay. So he's the final word too.
It was very funny. So now they talk about the Moldova wedding. We go through the entire thing. Him and Charlie have not spoken since. And now Becky and Thomas, her sister and her sister-in-law, all of them, they're going to talk about the family business.
You know, he clearly doesn't not get along well with her whole family because I feel like he's always around them. Like if you hated her sister, you wouldn't be at her house.
Sure. But, again, we're on a show.
Yeah.
And Andre said that he's going to borrow $100,000 from Chuck. He's going to get a loan. And she's like, you can't use my dad. This is Becky. And he's like, why? You all do.
I mean, he's not wrong.
But he's also not wrong. But at the same time, like, you cannot be as entitled as we are. That's
right. Because
saying.
You're not his kid, which I get. But he's like, why not aim for the stars? Which is so funny.
Right. But it's like you almost can't be mad at him for just being a little stupid.
Right. Well, the thing is, like, it's true. They all use him. And it's like, well, why can't I try?
But why is he explaining to them what his move is?
Yeah, I would never explain it to them. He doesn't owe them an explanation.
Mm-hmm. So now, this is what I will say about Libby.
Mm-hmm.
She fights with Andre too much in front of her family.
Yes.
And she's not on his team.
No, she's never on his team. But then behind closed doors, she pretends she's more on his team.
Right. But like, so
she
what is it?
She plays both sides.
Right. So now Andre meets with Chuck.
Right.
And something very bad happened to Chuck. I don't know exactly what it is. I don't know if it was a very hot wind tunnel. I don't know if it was a barber accident.
Right. A fight with some hedge clippers. There's a problem. You sent me a picture of it. You texted me a picture. You watched it before me and you're like, I don't feel good.
Was there a yarn and glue storm that he got caught in?
Unraveling. This
literally unraveling. Like technically his head is unraveling. Whatever is on his head is unraveling. I don't know if it's fuzz or rope.
It's not good. Whatever it is.
Shave your head.
Mm-hmm. Right. That's the thing. Just shave your head.
Do you think that looks better?
You don't like to wear a hat.
Do you think that looks better?
No, it doesn't. But a lot of people do. And they'll like comb over those 3 strands that they have. Just shave it. Wear a hat.
I will say this, though. It did make me a little nostalgic for a good cotton candy.
I haven't had cotton candy in years.
Didn't you really want one when you saw Chuck?
I mean, now that you say it, sure.
I'm like, should we go to the Big A Fair?
Oh, man. Do they even still do that?
No, I don't think
that was the best.
That was a fair that we had here at Aqueduct Racetrack in Queens. There was an actual giraffe there. Do you remember the giraffe?
That my head just melted. I can't believe you said the Big A Fair.
Yeah, the Big Aqueduct Fair. Do you remember the giraffe? There was there was a full-size giraffe.
I remember going on the Gravitron and not feeling well.
Oh, I love the Gravitron 5000. Oh, 2000? I think it's 2000.
I don't think I've ever been that nauseous in my life.
I went on that thing probably 10 to 15 times in a row as everyone dropped out and died. And I was the last one on. I was like, I could do it again.
Tracey, I feel seasick just thinking about it.
That was my favorite when the walls just like
and you
slide up.
Oh my God, I'm gonna have a panic attack. Like I feel it. And you wouldn't get sick from something like that.
Mm-hmm. Nope. Also, I like to pet the giraffe. I fed the giraffe.
I did not know there was a giraffe there.
Full giraffe.
Wow. Your mother must have loved it.
She never went.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, that was a solo mission for me. I did a lot of, in my adult years, I did a lot of petting animals in zoos by myself.
Okay. That sounds very interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
I always tell you, like, that's what's going to be your demise. You're just going to pet something you shouldn't.
I send you TikTok videos all the time of like wild animals that people have like domesticated or tried to pet. And this is me.
Listen, I would hug a panda. It wouldn't go well, but I would hug a panda.
And that would be the last that we saw of you.
That would be the last hug I give.
So now Andre asked for this loan and Chuck is like, no, you're not a hard worker. You don't know what you're doing. You have to work with me first and then I will absolutely give it to you. What?
Right. It's like, wait, what? What just happened?
He goes, I need to know. He's like, are you going to give it to me or not? And he's like, yes, I am.
Just not right now.
Just wait like a minute. Because
you just have to wait a little while.
Becky's going to get really mad at me.
It's like, wait, what? This is why they take advantage of you. How about just say no? But he says he's doing it for Elizabeth.
Right. Well, he said that Chuck said, you have to work for me first. And you have to make up with Charlie. And he's like, I'm not making up with Charlie. He's like, well, you have to. He's like, okay, then I will work for you. And then they cut to a thing where he's like, I will never work for you.
Right.
And Chuck's like, well, this is a family business. I need to talk to my kids because we all have to agree on it. And he's like, well, they're not going to agree. And he's like, well, it's my decision.
So then why do you have to talk to them?
What?
Also, you know what's going to happen if you talk to them. They're all going to say no because they hate him.
And then you're going to say yes. And then
yes. And it's going to be a big thing. And Charlie's going to flip out and say, I'm not going to let anybody take advantage of my father like me. You know, and it's like,
I'm the only one who's going to take advantage of this guy, whatever his name is. All right. Well, moving on to Brandon and Julia. They're packing for Vegas. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. She packs a pink sparkle dress that I wore possibly in 6th grade.
And I think you gave it to me a few years ago.
And then you wore it. So we find out the backstory on how they met.
I didn't know they met in Korea.
Okay, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
Why, when we first met them, did we not know the story? Is this a story that they crafted?
Right, because she was probably just like yachting.
Right. So Brandon's friend apparently met her in Korea in a bar.
Right.
Also, she's wearing a camo jacket and just a bralette.
Yeah.
As her
That's
shirt.
I bet like Darcy and Stacey sent her that outfit.
Great. So he got a better job and it's less hours, more money. Great. Now also, wait, going back to this bar thing. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself.
That's okay.
So his friend is in Korea, meets her in a bar and is like, oh my God, Brandon would love you. And she's like, who's Brandon? Or was she in a bar and she was like, oh, you're American? Are you single? And he was like, no, but guess what? I do have a desperado.
Right. Say no more, fam.
You're looking to come to America and you need someone to marry?
I have a ripe virgin for the picking for you.
Do you like protein powder?
Do you like peanut butter?
Do you like cricket caves? Are you willing to scoop some poop?
She's like, no, actually, no.
Okay. So now this job, right? So it's a better job, less hours, more money.
Sure.
I have a little bit of a theory here.
What is it?
Do you think that Betty, because they're like dog trainers and dog breeders. Do you think that Betty trains him to be a bed bug sniffing dog?
Oh, maybe. And he's just going to go sniff out the bugs.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, of course, better job,
better money,
less hours, more money. Because now he's doing the job of a dog.
Sure.
And he could drive, because I got to tell you, I've met Roscoe, the bedbug sniffing dog.
He's not a good driver.
He's a terrible driver. He had to have a guy drive him around. So I'll tell you, this is a real story. I don't know if it was Roscoe, but it was. So they have beagles that sniff out bed bugs.
Okay. I didn't even know this, but okay.
You don't remember Roscoe, the bedbug sniffing dog?
Who is Roscoe?
He was on TV. Hey, Roscoe. This is a commercial. What's wrong with you?
No.
So they have
I find this very funny.
No.
Okay.
Beagles sniff out bed bugs.
Was Roscoe a beagle?
Yes.
Okay.
So one day, this is years ago, I'm working in Midtown Manhattan and I'm taking a little walk, right? And there's a van. It's a extermination van.
Yeah.
And there's a beagle sitting in it and the door is slid open and the beagle's just hanging.
Oh.
And I'm like, hello. And I go over and I'm petting the beagle. We're having like a grand old time. And the guy that's like the exterminator is just looking at me like, guy, what are you doing? I was like,
love that. Again, she pets everything, guys.
Sorry, guys.
That's so funny.
I was doing a show this past weekend and I was hosting the show. So I was waiting for the last comedian to get off stage and I was in the bar area by the door. And there was some kind of fluffy dog. I don't know what it was. It was some kind of doodle. And the door was wide open and the dog was just looking in. And it wouldn't walk. It was looking in. And I was like, oh, hello. I didn't even look at the guy walking the dog.
And you just made friends with him.
I just started talking to I never even looked up, not even at the end.
Oh.
And I was like, hello. And I put my hands out. I let him sniff me. I let him come to me. And then we did pets for like 5 minutes.
That's so cute.
And then he didn't want to leave. But I had to go because I had to close the show.
Yeah.
And the guy walking the dog was like annoyed at the dog. Because the dog didn't want to leave me.
Oh,
like, come on, man.
That's so mean.
That's why I didn't even look him in the eye.
Yeah. I just love doggies.
Me too. So Julia wants Brandon to move to a city. So they arrive at the Vegas airport. No masks.
Yeah, everything is great.
But you know what I did notice about her in the confessional?
What?
The red lipstick she's wearing really brings out the cheddar cheese undertones of her teeth.
I mean, but Tracey, her fucking teeth are so yellow. I'm sorry. I have a strong opinion.
Well, first of all, you're not great at colors. They're orange, number one.
They're yes, they are cheddar cheese color. You're right. They have not seen the light of day.
Listen, first of all, it's not cheddar cheese color. It's just the undertone of a cheddar cheese.
It's like somebody sprinkled some Kraft.
It's like someone did a little spray cheese across her smile.
Yeah. Oh, I like spray cheese too. Of course I do. Yum.
So now she is going to be like really funny, and they get to the hotel check-in desk, and she's like, "Oh, can we share a hotel room?" Julia, you share a bathtub.
Yeah, Julia, you share peanut butter. You're married now.
They're in the casino, no masks.
Mm-hmm.
And then she puts on her child abduction glasses.
I was going to say, I wrote her Jeffrey Dahmer glasses.
What's happening here?
I don't know. Suddenly she morphed. She went to Vegas and she's a new woman.
She puts them on because this is going to be her new look. And then she immediately takes them off because she realizes that she doesn't wear glasses and she can't see.
Yeah, it's annoying. Uh-huh.
So she's like, I think I want to move to Vegas. The airport was really fun.
And I like that. She's like, we have so much fun here. It's like, you've been here for an hour.
You just got here.
Yeah. You don't know anything about it. Right.
So he's like, all right, well, guess what? We're going to be looking at a house just right down the block from the casino tomorrow. Psych.
It's like, but why do you say this? Why are you doing this?
She's like, I want to move here. He's like, well, that's not going to happen right now. But also, he just doesn't want to. I mean, listen, I'm not saying move to Vegas, but like, he's not going to leave his parents.
He's not going to leave his parents, but also like, you've been to one place and you suddenly want to move
for
there
1 minute.
Uh-huh.
That's how bad the farm is, I guess.
Right. I mean, listen, I get the farm's bad, but also there's just like cities in other states. You don't have to move to Vegas.
Why can they not afford an apartment?
I don't know. I was wondering the same thing. Like, this guy has to make some kind of money.
So he said
he's an exterminator.
He has a real job. He said that if they move, they're going to live in a cardboard box.
But how expensive is it to live in Virginia? It's not that expensive.
But this is what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
If we can afford to live in New York City.
Yes.
Why can't Brandon, who's on the television and works a full-time job, not have an apartment in rural Virginia?
That's what I don't understand. And neither of us live in cardboard boxes, by the way, may I add. And neither of us are exterminators, may I add.
Okay, well, first of all, speak for yourself.
I forgot I'm a beagle.
You're a beagle. She said that she's going to move out when she gets her green card and her working papers. Honestly,
go.
Do it.
Go.
All right, well, we're winding down with
Speaking
Kaylani,
of the Debbie Downers.
Kaylani and Asuelo. They're looking at real estate.
Why? Last I heard you were getting divorced.
Okay, but also this house, $362,000.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah.
We should move to Washington, Utah.
I should live anywhere in New York that's not New York, and I can afford something nice.
This is insane. So they're like, do you want a house that like, ew, someone's lived in, or like, yes, a brand new one? Wait, what? Is that like, are we selling a new or used house?
Yeah. She's like, oh, I want a new one. We would start fresh. And
yeah. Because like yuck, a used house.
Okay, listen, I'm not shaming. She's never worked a day in her life. He sells frozen yogurt.
Okay, well,
so
first
if
of all,
they can afford a brand new house and Brandon can't afford something better than a cardboard box, there's a problem here.
Well,
right. He sells samples, right?
As a contract employee. So now, oh my God, Noelle, they go into the bedroom and they reveal that Asuelo's already in the bedroom playing on the bed with the kids saying, this is our house. This is our house.
But my eyes rolled so hard.
But
give me a break.
Scripted.
No, it wasn't. It's not a farce at all.
No. Also during COVID, you should definitely be not masked playing with the kids on the bed.
Yeah, no, that sounds great.
Okay. He also explains that what attracted him to her was her boobs.
Okay, but he goes on and on and on about them.
A lot. He really likes the boobs. Him and Michael need to chat. I bet if they compared, it would be a very different experience.
Definitely different boobs. Yes.
A different consistency.
Yes. They definitely look, some look a little higher, some look a little lower.
I'd like to compare it like this. Like, I think that one of their boobs is gluten-free.
Okay.
and one of their boobs has tons of gluten to make it more structurally safe.
Starchier. Structurally.
And then he
man.
tells the realtor that in Samoa
Mm-hmm.
that they don't have any lights in the bathroom, just the moon is their light. Okay, well,
They poop by light of the moon.
yes,
That sounds like a nightmare right there.
That is literally a
How do you know
nightmare.
when to stop wiping? No, I'm just saying. How do you know?
You swim in the ocean.
You guess.
You guesstimate. Now he's an Uber driver. He said he's making a lot of money.
I know. So, okay, that's what a ride share is?
Yeah,
That's what that
rideshare is
means?
Uber
Okay.
driver. So, and I bet you he is because, it's-
Yeah, I'm sure.
So now she's making some eggs for the kids with a wooden spoon
Uh-huh.
and a scratched nonstick pan.
Yes. Uh-huh. Everything
cool.
about this is wrong.
Well, now she's going to FaceTime with Kalani, her sister. And, I really like these fake check-in calls.
Mm-hmm. I know. Her sister's
Hello?
Kalini.
Yes, Kalani. No,
They have the same name.
Whatever.
Mhm.
Kalani and Kalani have a FaceTime call.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And she's like, hello, sister. I have not spoken to you in quite a while. What is new in your life?
How are you today?
And Kalini is
Kalini.
surprised that Kalani wants to buy a house with Asuelo.
The house is going to save her marriage.
Well, he said that he will change if they move. What?
Okay.
What? Noelle.
Right. Uh-huh.
That's famous last words.
Uh-huh. Oh, I know. No, any sentence that starts with I will
I'll
change if dot dot dot. Those are famous last words. Yes.
And I really liked her sister's response.
What'd she say?
I can see why you would think that.
It's very funny. They're sisters. They're nothing like our conversations. They're just not real with each other at all.
No.
You'd be like, "Well, give me a fucking break."
You're going to buy a house. This is what I would tell you to do.
Yeah. Tell me.
Honestly, I'd be like, listen, you make money from the show. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Your parents have a tiny little bit of money.
Uh-huh.
Okay. You're going to put the house in your name.
Yes.
So he's going to leave soon.
Mm-hmm.
And then at least when you go move back in with mom and dad, you
Right.
could rent out the house that's yours.
Yes.
That's what I would tell you to do.
Why is nobody everybody dances around things with her? Nobody's
I
ever
know.
just completely
Also, get a $10 house.
Right. Also, you live in Utah. No offense. You can get you
Okay,
can get a
but
bang for your buck.
instead of buying a house to see if he's a good boy,
Right. Why don't you rent an
get
apartment?
an Airbnb.
Right. To see if he's a good boy.
Give him a month.
It's so strange.
Give him a month at an
Uh-huh.
Airbnb and see if he's a nice boy.
Right. It's not going to happen.
Get him something near the bus stop. He loves riding the bus.
There's a problem though with him. Like he's a child.
Yeah, he's a child.
Yeah.
So Kalani wants to
Yeah.
throw them a divorce party.
That sounds like you again.
Yeah. She's like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
but Kalani is kind of like, oh really? What's it gonna be?
Right. Like everyone's giggling because she knows, listen, 100% they're going to get divorced.
Mm,
Mhm.
I don't know, man.
No, not now. At some point, they're going to get divorced. There's only so much of him and his family you could put up with.
But see, that's the thing. I think that her guilt and her like really wanting the family
Yeah,
will keep her.
I get it. But I think once the kids get a little older, she's going to be like, goodbye.
I don't know. At that point, it's like,
Right. It's like, what's the point?
I mean,
We've
we've
been
done
married
this
for
for
so long
15
already.
years.
Yeah, I agree.
whatever. Just go over there.
Mhm.
Go in the basement.
I remember telling you, like, well, if Matt did this, I'd divorce him. You're like, ew, really? Why?
What are you gonna? Yeah, why?
What's the point?
What are you gonna do? Get a boyfriend?
Right. Oh,
What are you gonna-
God.
What are you gonna
No.
start over?
Yeah. Ew.
Stop talking to him.
Right. Just don't talk to him. Right. He could live in the firehouse.
By the firehouse, I mean the spare bedroom.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Just don't look at me in the house. You could still pay for the bills though. Oh my God. And then you could just like close your eyes when you see him in the kitchen.
Yeah, I don't see you.
Please don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me.
I just can't imagine having to buy a house so your marriage works out.
No,
Like,
you
that's
need
so
to you need
crazy.
to have an Airbnb, at most rent a very small apartment.
That's what I mean. Just rent
A
an
furnished apartment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, this is silly. So now also we find out that Kalini is like, oh, also Kalani.
Kalini.
She's like, my lease is up.
Right.
So I'm going to come stay with mom and dad, you and your 2 kids.
And your man who does not like me.
Yeah.
And I don't like
come,
him.
Right. I'm going to come stay there for 1 month.
It's like, okay.
Why?
Mm-hmm.
You don't want your own space?
If I was her, I'd be like, I'm going to get an Airbnb in the area. Not for a month either.
And then I'm going to look for another. What?
Yeah.
Okay. So she's going to.
I feel like none of these girls really have to work. I think their parents have money.
Well, that's what Tammy thinks too.
Listen, Yara and Hovey are going to come back, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But even though I just said goodbye to them too, I'm not okay with Tiffany and Ronald coming back. I'm very upset by this. It may as well be Tanya and Sinjin as well. Like, I'm so glad they're not coming back. Not really happy about Ronald and Tiffany. I can't wait to get angry all the time when we podcast.
Oh my God.
And then I think that's it, right? That it's just those 2 couples left. Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, guys. Well, this was really fun. Make sure you're joining our Patreon at patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast. We are going live periodically on Stereo, so follow us on Stereo. I'm at Trixie Chuzini. Noelle is at Noe Girl, and that's also on Instagram and Twitter. And you could follow the show at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. And don't forget, we have magnets and stickers for sale. And Noelle and I have stickers of our face for sale that are very adorable.
Yeah, we do.
You can see them on our social media. Check everything out on our social media, in our group on Facebook. And we also do, I wanted to say this, like, we haven't talked about this in a while.
What?
We did video recaps. We did 2 live podcasts during the pandemic of Darcy and Stacy, and those are on sale. They're on sale right now for $5 each. You can get the entire show.
Do it, guys.
For $5 each. There's a part 1 and a part 2, and you will get access to that. So just message me and, I'll give you access to that. What?
Yeah, that was fun. We sprayed our faces and everything.
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Yeah, that was fun.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Make sure you're doing all the stuff and give us a 5-star rating and an amazing review, and tell us what you love about the podcast.
And tell a friend.
Oh, and guess what else?
What?
Secret.
Okay, what's happening?
We have a new podcast debuting on May 10th, Catfish Trash Talk, and it's exactly what you think it is.
Trash Talk, Catfish Trash Talk. Sorry, I'm very excited. I'm like pumped up about this.
All right, well, we'll see you then.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Bye.